Right, are we Gucci?
No.
Why?
I'm personally more of an Armani man myself.
Oh, for the love of God.
Yes? What about me?
You guys are a bunch of dicks. Welcome aboard, everyone. This is Snakes on a Plane here, and today, me and my group of friends are going to be creating an Unbound RPG world-centered generic role-playing system. We are going to be building, in the first half of this session, a world, and then in the second half we're going to be building some characters to live in that world based on a number of different concepts. Before I introduce the game fully, I'd like to introduce you to the players that are doing this. Firstly, we have Kingfrog.
Hello, good morning.
We also have Navia.
Hello.
Phishfood.
It's definitely afternoon, man. Definitely afternoon, not morning.
And Under 9,000.
AKA the only good player.
Okay, so Unbound is a slightly different RPG. Instead of using dice, like most role-playing games use, Unbound uses a card-based system. And we are going to be using this card-based system to firstly create our world. And we are going to do this by a process that the Unbound creators call touchstones. So, what we are going to do is we are going to
Do
draw...
I touch stones?
Hopefully not.
Okay.
Now, what I'm going to do on my side is I'm going to draw 4 cards. This will then show a number of different touchstones, which we will use to generate a world. We're going to do this 3 times, so we have 3 different worlds we can choose from. The players are going to do this choosing themselves, and then we are going to find out how exactly this plays out. So, first things first. Our first card is...
The Ace of Spades?
Jack of Clubs.
Oh.
Oh, you meant a literal deck of cards. Oh my god.
A literal deck of
Yeah, I
cards.
didn't get that either.
I didn't get that part. Okay, that's an important detail.
Yeah, you can do it in Roll20, by the way, as well, MD.
Did you do your nails, MD? Are you modeling?
No, I'm not modelling. So, what the Jack of Clubs shows out is it gives us a touchstone, which in this case is shadows. Our second card is the 2 of Spades. And the 2 of Spades is vampires.
Wait, why is the 2 of spades vampires?
Because the 2 of Spades, if you look in the PDF I've sent you, on page 15 of that is the touchstones. If you look at the 2 of Spades, that links to vampires. Our third card is the Queen of Diamonds, which is nanotech. And lastly, we have got the 3 of Clubs. And the 3 of Clubs
What?
juggles.
Juggles?
Yeah.
I wanted the 4 of clubs.
Politics. Are you going to be political vampires that hide in the shadows with their nanotech?
No,
let's face
actually... Never mind.
We've made Vampire the Masquerade here,
Right, so...
but in the jungle.
that is our first set. So you would have to come up with a way that the vampires, the shadows, the nanotech, and the jungles work together for our world. We're going to draw another touchstone to see if we prefer that, and then we'll do one more to see which world you guys prefer. So, next one, as somebody else has got the PDF, I'm going to write out the cards, and I want you to tell me what they are. So first we have the 2 of Hearts.
Vehicles.
So we have got vehicles.
Winner.
We have then got the 6 of Clubs.
Do you have a list or something, King
Pirates. Yeah, Navia, it is in
There's a
Discord.
link
Come
in
on.
Discord.
The
Jesus
King of
Christ.
Spades.
Way to be prepared.
You
Ugh.
just invited me at the last minute.
The what,
Disease.
MD?
The King of Spades, which is disease.
Disease.
And lastly, the Jack of Spades.
Ice.
Ice.
Right.
Ice, baby.
So our second potential world that we will be building would be vehicles, pirates, disease, and ice. And then we are going to do one more to see if you guys would like to do that one instead. If we're not happy with any of these, we can do another 3. So lastly, we have got the 4 of diamonds.
Apocalypse.
Nice. We have also got the 5 of clubs.
Shanty towns.
Well, that fits.
We have then got the 9 of diamonds.
Are we writing this down somewhere?
Yeah, I got
Crime.
them, don't worry.
And lastly, the 6 of spades.
No more magic.
That's a boring world, then.
This
Right.
seems just like your regular old, like, any zombie survival game world.
Yeah, so
I
that,
like the first world.
With vampires?
No, there were no vampires in that one.
well, the fact of the no more magic one would end up... the no more magic would sort of be, we used to have magic, but it appears to have disappeared for some reason.
Yeah, now there's just
Oh.
zombies everywhere.
So, you've got 3 different worlds. Either you've got the shadows, vampires, nanotech, and jungles. You've got vehicles, pirates, disease, and ice. Or apocalypse, shanty towns, crime, and no more magic.
Are we voting?
Yep, so a vote
Yep.
between the
Can
players.
you make a straw poll?
Which of those you like the most?
Can you make a straw poll?
We
Yeah.
can start talking about it a bit rather than going to voting.
I'm with Scribe, though. I like the nanobot jungle vampire things.
I don't
I-
know.
I think that certainly has a lot more depth to it than the other two. I mean, pirates, vehicles, disease, and ice just basically gives us scurvy on a ship in the middle of the frozen sea.
Which,
That's not what I was thinking with that. Come on.
Why can't we
So what were you
do
thinking?
cars and pirates?
Yeah, it doesn't... The vehicles could be anything. You could be...
Sky pirates.
It could be gangster pirates
it could be space
Whoa,
pirates flying
Kingfrog.
between the comets.
who are all minions of Mr. Freeze. Come on.
Yesterday, happy anniversary, your parents.
So, you've got some ideas here. So we've space pirates at the moment who go between comets. You have got shadows, vampires, nanotech, and jungles. Or I think we've got rid of apocalypse, shantytown, crime, and no
I
more
think
magic.
you need to make a straw poll, MD.
For God's sake, you want a straw poll on this?
Uh-huh.
There's
Yes.
4 of us. Genius.
Well, I think the chat needs to join in because they really want to.
Yeah.
I believe I've made my view clear.
I have no opinions.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on the nanobot vampires train.
So basically, it's Deus Ex, except now there are vampires too, and we're in the jungle for some reason. I have no problem with this whatsoever.
Or are the nanobots the reason for the vampires?
Well then, Rubbish Pie is exactly free. Go nuts.
Did you say Rubgish?
He's talking to the chat.
Oh. I'm not watching the chat. I'm a bad person.
Well, you're a bad person anyway, but that just makes you worse.
Oh. Oh.
You know, the
Oh.
apocalypse shantytown's chrome bit makes me think of Mad Max. So
Chrome?
Straw
Yeah.
poll
Yeah.
in chat.
That should be
they
crime.
spray their
not
mouths
chrome.
with chrome when
It's
they are going to
crime.
be witnessed.
It's
Oh, he
crime.
misspelled it then.
Oh.
I see chrome and I'm like, oh my god.
So the straw poll is up for whichever you
He
guys
spelled
want.
Chrome wrong as well, let's be honest.
Yeah, well, I was stretching it.
Oh, it's a dead heat. Oh no.
I haven't voted yet.
Navia. Vote for
Oh.
the good.
Oh no!
Okay.
No.
Okay, I
No.
voted. Oh my god.
Ah!
I'm sure you guys are cheating.
I think we need
Right.
to have a revote.
No, it's there's a clear winner here.
I vote-
Not everyone
Vote
has
be
voted
declared
yet.
null because someone used the wrong slash and therefore the entire vote is invalid.
Okay.
Mm.
It's not a Windows file path, you don't use backslash, damn it.
Not another vampire RPG.
A vampire RPG, guys. So,
We don't have to be the vampires.
What we've got... Yeah, you don't have to be. You can be anything you
Wait,
want. So
shadows?
this world has shadows, vampires, nanobots, and jungles. So what
Wait,
we have...
wait. I need to clarify something.
Sure.
Did all of the other worlds not have shadows?
No, there's something strange about the shadows in this one. That's what's different. So you need to think of what's odd about them. So what we do now is we split this up between the 4 people. And you are going to decide how these interact with each other. And we're going to build a story like this. So we're going to start with the top on my Discord, which is Kingfrog. Kingfrog, I want you to pick one of these words. Shadows, vampires, nanotech, or jungles.
When what am I going to be doing with it?
I will tell you in a minute.
Choose wisely, Kingfrog.
Don't worry, we'll explain later.
I will pick...
No, you can't be the Grey Goo.
jungles.
It's too
You're gonna
powerful
pick
for
the
some powers.
jungles. Right.
Yes.
Okay. Navia, would you like shadows, vampires, or nanotech?
Would I like?
Yes, which one of those would you like to have? And I'm going to ask you questions.
What were they again?
Shadows, vampires, or nanotech?
Shadows.
Shadows.
Oh.
Right. Fish, vampires, or nanotech?
Well, let's face it, if I choose nanotech, I'll start talking about Deus Ex, so I better go with vampires.
Right. And lastly, under.
I'm assuming I don't get a choice.
Not really, you've got
No.
nanotech.
I can live with that.
Correct.
Okay. So, what I want to know now, then, is... So, we're going to start with the vampires, then. So, what is different about these vampires? What are they doing on this? Wherever you are under.
That wouldn't.
Oh, no, vampires are fish, sorry. So, fish, what are these vampires doing? What are they?
Okay then, let's borrow from some other sci-fi. The vampires are an infestation from an alien race bent on taking over the Earth.
Right. So, are they...
It's not a vampire.
Are they sort of trying to hide as humans, then?
Yep, but the sun on their planet is different to ours, that's why they can't go out in sunlight.
Right.
Wow.
And they feed by sucking blood, why not? That works. I'm okay with this.
I
So-
want me to turn this into a sci-fi. Ugh.
Do the human race does the human race have a lot more people than the vampires, do they?
Yeah. Let's go with
Okay.
maybe 5% vampire.
So they're really outnumbered. Okay, brilliant. So the vampires are an alien race and they're trying to take over the world. They're trying to hide within the midst.
But even they don't know who they are.
Right. So they know they're vampires, but they don't know there's any other vampires.
Well, they know there's others, they don't know who's
Right.
who. Like they don't recognise each other on the street.
Okay. Right. I'm thinking we're gonna go for the nanotech with under them. What's nanotech doing in this world?
The vampires are using it first and foremost to try and identify each other. That way they can get some sort of actual offensive organised against the filthy humans who are oppressing their blood sucking.
So, are just the vampires using this to find vampires, or are humans also doing it?
Yeah, human technology hasn't quite advanced far enough for nanotech to be widespread yet. There may be some uses of it for science or special ops level military operations, but nanotech is very much a...
But I broke things.
Okay, so the vampires have got a lot more technological knowledge than humans do.
We're screwed.
Okay, cool. Navia, how did the shadows play into this?
The shadows are aliens.
So maybe the shadows that the vampires are hiding in.
They work together to fuck people up.
Oh, cool. So the shadows themselves aren't.
We've lost an Ollie.
So the shadows themselves aren't exactly. They're sort of like the vampires, but they're working with them to try and hide
They're
them.
like the vampire's dog.
Right.
So they protect
So
the
the
vampires, but they could also be turned against the vampires.
So the shadows are subservient to the vampires.
Yeah.
Right. If any of the rest of you have some ideas about any of these, that would be great. And in fact, we've got an idea from chat as well. So in chat, somebody's saying that the shadows are created by the nanotech. So maybe the vampires have created these shadows. They've created them to try and protect them.
Ah.
They try and hide in them, so if they are chased, they can hide away. They are secluded. It looks like there's nothing there. But perhaps the shadows don't like this.
They don't like being used as shields.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shadow Rebellion.
Now I'm just reminded of that moment in the South Park movie. Operation Get Behind the Talkies.
Okay, and lastly, right then, how do the jungles play into this, Kingfrog?
Well, the world we're living on contains jungles.
And
Freaking.
how are they needed in this part?
Important, would you say?
How are these jungles important in our story?
Well,
Have perhaps these jungles started growing out of control, or?
so the vampires, right, are an alien race, correct?
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah. So the vampires come from a world that is completely jungle. So when invading our world, they took refuge in the places that they recognized the best, the jungles.
So that means then that logging companies are actually leading the fight against the vampires.
It also means that we're most likely to find
Not
vampires
necessarily.
in South America, Southeast Asia. Would it just be jungles, or would they exist in other sort of heavily forested areas around?
Forests are not jungles. That's a completely different ecosystem than they're used to. So no, they exist in jungles solely.
Do they like keeping their skin moist?
Sure.
Right. So, what we've got here then is... Okay, so the story how it is at the moment. What we've got is that the vampires are an alien race who have come from a jungle planet. And they are trying to take over the world. There are a lot more over... There's very few of them compared to the rest. Compared to humans, but they are a lot more powerful. Now, they've also designed this nanotech. This nanotech they're using to identify other vampires so they can hopefully get a attack force together to go forward and start destroying the humans. That's what they're aiming to do. But the nanotech has also created shadows. Now, these shadows protect them. If they're being chased by anyone, they can hide within these shadows, and this is where they are safe. Now, unfortunately, these shadows don't like being protected. They're not keen on being subservient to the vampires, so perhaps the humans, if they found a way to be able to talk to them, could get them against them. Are we happy with that? Does anyone have any other ideas of how to bring any of this in the world?
I would say that the vampires have to be in society in somehow, right? They have to be disguising themselves.
Yeah, they're gonna have to
Well-
hide somehow.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put out there that maybe the vampires, right, are when they got to this world, right, they uh, bought out the logging companies, right?
Yeah.
So they're actually like disguising themselves as rich CEOs of logging companies so that their jungles don't actually get destroyed.
Right. So
That's intense, Kingfrog.
I
the
know,
vampires
right?
are disguised
Vampires. They got some crazy thoughts going on.
as logging company
CEOs.
CEOs.
So they've got the big bucks, all the political power, all that.
Right. Cool. So the vampires are disguising themselves as CEOs. How are they going to? How does the human race still get wood then?
Well, the logging companies are obviously still cutting down some trees.
Well, I mean, they're only controlling the tree deforestation and jungles. That means if they're controlling logging companies, they've upped the deforestation efforts in non-jungles like forests. You know.
So forests are being destroyed a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this is called? So surely, if the forests, which would be mostly in some of the less tropical areas, so Europe, because all of these forests are being destroyed, does that mean that there's a lot of flooding in that area because there's less trees to bring it up? There's a lot of destruction in this area that the forests were preventing.
Well, where's our science advisor gone?
He's talking in Twitch.
Really?
No, he said AFK video games. So, who here?
Oh,
Slacker.
that's science advisor. I thought you meant scribe.
Are we maybe getting a little bit too hung up on that point? I mean, all we need to know for now is that the vampires are disguised as logging companies. It doesn't really matter what they do as logging companies, right?
Would you say he's a lumberjack? He's okay.
Right.
He sleeps all night. He works all day.
Okay.
Surely
So
we
we've got
sleeps
an
all day
idea.
and works all night in this.
Okay, cool. So we've got an idea of the world now. We know how the vampires are affecting this. Okay. So we've got a basic world. We're getting close to doing some character creation, but the first thing we need to do is we need to figure out our core. Now, our core determines what all of you are doing together. So somehow all of you have come into this adventure with the same core. You are all there for the same purpose. Now, what we are going to do as a team is you're going to choose your group foundation, which is essentially this core, what you're all doing there. Now I'm going to quickly go over the cores for those of you who haven't seen how this was played before and those on the stream. So there are 5 cores. The first core are the warriors. Now this is for adventures where you're focusing mostly on war. This is where you're taking some characters and you're literally going at war with others. That's what this one is good for. Your second one are outlaws. Now, outlaws aren't necessarily bad people. You can be criminals, but essentially you're just on the wrong side of the authorities. So if you're stealing, if you're heretics, if you are, for example, the vampires who are trying to take this out, you'd be on the wrong side of the law, who in this case would be the human race. Then there is the devout. Now, devout is stuff like paladins, pilgrims, zealots, anybody who is trying to fight the wrong. So, for example, in this case, you could be a group of vampire hunters, and that is your aim. Then there is wild. Now, the wild care about the forest. You are there to protect the forest. This is your aim.
Traitors.
You then have the magi. Magi are ones that follow magical traditions. You're on the quest for information, power. So this is stuff like wizards, sorcerers. And you'll travel far and wide to find all of these lost secrets, and that will be what your campaign is about. You've got the Pact Bound. Now, Pact Bounds are those who are... They've given their soul to someone else. So, for example, you could have a ghost is overruling you. There could be, for example, a cleric or a sorcerer who has in D&D, who has somebody else who tells them what to do. So those are the cores.
What about the Deadeye?
Those are exactly what character you'll be, so we will do that later.
Oh.
This is
okay.
what your whole group is going to be.
There's an argument to be made.
Yes, there is an
Except
argument to be
possibly-
made.
Except possibly made. But starting from the top, warriors would, I assume, sort of mercenary party, either trying to fight back against deforestation either in jungles or elsewhere in the world, or alternatively a group service to one of the logging companies, ensure that there's no sort of Greenpeacey bastards that can stop them.
Why are we trying to stop the vampires?
Because they wish to kill us.
Does our group have to be one of those things? Is that the point?
Yeah, your
Yes.
group has to fall under one of these cores.
Oh,
So
okay.
your whole group would either be warriors, so if you're either the humans trying to kill the
Okay.
vampires or the vampires trying to kill the humans, that would be just virtually full-out combat would be your warrior one. Outlaw ones won't be completely full-out combat. There will still be some, but you're either on one side or the other. So outlaws in this case could be you don't have to be on the right side of the law. So you could, for example, be tree poachers. So you could go into forests trying to steal trees outside of the logging companies, and this is where you'd fit in.
Well, we could also be the outlaw band, like Blade style, hunting down the vampires. Not really within the law, but still against the vampires.
Yeah, that, or if you were within the law, that would work well as a devout one. That would be a devout adventure.
Devout sounds fun.
So you all need to be discussing what you think you're going to be. Are you going to be vampires? Are you going to be humans? What are you going to be doing?
I vote for humans.
I prefer to...
For what?
You cut out the number.
I prefer.
Yeah, you cut out.
Not
I
just
said I'd prefer to take the vampire side of this, honestly.
Oh, we
I
just
think
had an RPG
this
with
calls
vampires.
for a straw poll.
Not again! No!
Yes.
Right, we're doing another straw poll. Apparently.
okay, doing another straw poll. Yay!
Another straw poll.
Right, just loading up new browser windows so I can vote twice.
For
That's
world
not how this
building.
works. Fish.
Joey, you gotta watch the stream if you wanna vote.
Who says I'm lawful, eh? Hey.
Oh, so we can't be devout?
Because it goes with this.
Straw poll!
Gives you, like,
Click.
keywords used to do it. Well, so go.
Vampires or humans?
Oh,
Oh, overwhelming majority so far.
there is an overwhelming majority.
Very overwhelming majority. Under, I think you're outvoted.
I haven't voted yet. 1 second.
I think you
Okay.
might be outvoted.
Hey.
I was gonna say, where's the vampire vote?
Unless suddenly our stream is full of 100 viewers.
You all think we should be vampires. There's the vampire vote.
I tried to pass a straw poll, but They're
So
not
it
voting.
looks like you guys are going towards the human end of this. So you're going to be humans. Now, what do you see yourselves as? So which of these groups you can fall under? Vampire hunters? Are you literally just humans?
Wait a sec. Have we picked a, like, other thing first?
The core? No.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay.
we're talking about.
Okay.
So because you don't want to be vampires, you're probably not going to fall under wild. Those would probably be the most likely to fall into the wild category. So chances are you won't be them anymore.
Are we going to be Magi?
Magi would probably be my only other one that I don't see falling very easily under.
No, I agree. I think Devout or Warriors are probably our best bet.
Yeah, I agree with Pip.
Quick, straw poll, Devout or Warrior?
Oh, for God's
You should just do a straw poll for all of the ones that are left. So the other, what's it, 4?
Yeah, fine.
4. Other 4.
Dear God, the number of straw polls.
It's good practice.
Quick, faster, faster! Type, type, type! Make the straw poll appear. I don't know. We need to get someone who can do like 300 words per minute to back up MD here.
Right, copy. Here you go. Straw poll.
Outlaw Warrior. Backbound or
Oh.
Devout. The good thing about straw polls is you don't have to worry about things like hanging chads or ballot papers being confusing.
Huh.
We're still
Wait,
missing some votes.
Yeah, sorry. Oh my gosh, there's so many.
Oh my God, there's 4!
So
No!
many.
Oh man.
I'm gonna pick the one that sounds the coolest.
Oh.
What the hell is this?
Okay then.
Well,
5 total votes. We're still missing a couple votes, but oh well, they must be sleeping.
okay then.
But it looks
So,
like we're going out.
Right. Oh, wait,
Whoa.
there's still votes
Oh.
coming in.
Oh,
Oh.
Well, we ain't going Warrior. That's definitely decided. We're probably going Outlaw. Unless someone finally votes Pact Bound. And then it's a tie.
Wow.
So then you have to do another straw poll with just Outlaw and Pact Bound.
Way to make this voting skewed, Fish.
Everyone loves skewed
I
voting.
didn't know where I was going there.
Well, just be glad I didn't vote Pact Bound because
Okay.
then it'd already be a tie.
5, 4, 3, 2.
300 votes for Warrior.
Okay, looks like we are going outlaw then. So, we have a couple of questions so we can figure out what exactly you are doing then. So,
Cooking
I'm
meth.
going to read fully through the outlaw one. So, outlaws aren't bad people necessarily, but they end up on the wrong side of the authorities. They're thieves, killers, bandits, morally grey professionals, dealers, and heretics. Outlaw adventures
Wow, a lot of
are
those
about
people sound like bad people.
yeah, those do sound
Same.
like bad people.
well, outlaw adventures are about breaking the law for good or bad reasons and dealing with the fallout of the same. So,
So you're saying the law is in the pocket of these vampire lumber companies, and now we gotta break the law to take out the vampires.
And we can be funded by our meth.
Or alternatively, it isn't, and we are sort of colluding with the vampires in order to turn a profit.
What is it with you and vampires?
Yeah.
I found the traitor.
Nah, it's alright. We'll just have to rename him Bella. And then it will be fine. Seriously though, we totally cook meth.
apparently we hate sand. Not sand.
Where's the sand? Are you
Scribe
saying I
hates
can't
sand.
have pocket sand?
I think it's coarse and it gets everywhere.
Scribe hates sand. Right. So, I have linked your character sheet, by the way, guys, which we will be using momentarily.
Ooh, character sheet.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at our foundations then, which we are going to roll next. So, first then, I need you all to answer this question then. Now, it can be the same, it can be different. So, it is your choice. Chances are, it is probably going to end up being the same for all of you. So, what is your crime?
Cooking meth.
Wow.
And you do need to jot this down on a piece of paper. So, what is your crime?
What if I don't have any paper?
I would suggest finding some paper, Navia.
MD, I'm sorry to tell you that
The vampires have all the paper.
Yes.
It's true, they do control the supply, apparently.
You are utter bastards.
I don't have one of them things you use to make marks on paper.
What, pens?
I don't do things as low tech as that.
Pencils?
What are these things? I type. So who's joining me with cooking meth anyway?
So, why do we all have to pick a crime again? Are we all in a jail or something?
Because we're outlaws.
You're an outlaw band of some variety.
Hmm.
Meth cooking vipers. Vipers? Vipers. Bikers! There we go. Meth cooking bikers. We're methed up, hairy,
There's no
leather-bound
vehicles.
We're methed up, hairy, leather-bound horse riders.
Horse is still a vehicle.
Hell's equestrians.
What?
Kingfrog.
What did Kingfrog declare?
Say horses are still vehicles. It just makes me laugh. Thinking about going to gas up my horse.
Oh,
You gas your horses? Navia.
I
They
guess that's what I'm
deserve
wanted
it.
for gassing horses.
Okay, Kingfrog, what is your crime?
I'm still thinking. Can you pass?
well, I think I know what his crime is. Undue hesitation while driving. Wait, shit.
Navia, any ideas?
I think I'm going to be wanted for picketing jungle lumber yards.
Boring.
Oh, so are you all going sort of the Greenpeace aim of this? Is that what you're
Yeah,
outlaws?
I'm all Greenpeace.
You're
Now
one of
I'm
those
wanted.
You're an eco-terrorist?
So this
Yep.
this might be a shared crime between all of you, that you're all eco-terrorists.
I don't
All I did was
I don't
hold
know
up
about
a
shots,
sign.
but
Why
then-
are you calling me a terrorist?
Yeah, but we can all be eco-terrorists, which I fund by cooking meth.
I mean, I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm totally selling humans into slavery as living blood banks.
What? Dear God.
Cool. So we're going south of the alignment chart with this one, are we?
Just a
Apparently.
bit, yes.
So, Navia and Kingfrog, are you both... So I'd say probably as a whole team, you're all eco-terrorists, but you have separate... So you're here to try and stop the jungle being deforested. You haven't realised the jungle isn't actually being deforested yet, but you're here to try and stop it by the logging companies that are in Brazil. Or
Wait.
Colombia.
If the jungle's not being deforested, right?
You don't know it.
Why
isn't.
would
You-
we stop it?
You know there is a logging company out here. They're not actually deforesting it, but you suspect they are.
Okay.
Okay. So, you're all generally eco-terrorists, but what are your individual crimes then? So, you're selling people for their blood.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
Fish, what are you doing then?
I believe we've been over this.
So you're
cook
cooking meth.
I cook meth.
Right. So you cook meth
It not only funds our operation, it makes it tolerable.
to fund eco-terrorism. Navia, Kingfrog,
Yes.
what do you do?
Apparently, they don't talk.
Sorry, I missed it. Joy is asking me about the Kickstarter.
So, what was your crime then, Navia? So currently, Fish cooks meth to fund your eco-terrorism, undersells people for their blood.
I thought I gave my crime. That was the whole...
So yours is the eco-terrorism.
Yeah, I guess if you want to call it terrorism.
Well, we found our ringleader.
Well, you do the pit. Maybe you are the ringleader.
Oh, shit.
You just act like you're picketing.
Yeah.
So
I made a bomb, you know.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
A small
fertilizer
bomb. A small,
And you-
yeah.
fertilizer bomb maker.
And you stole my meth supplies to do it, so now I hate you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, great. So
Make
Kingfrog,
it double
fertilizer
illegal.
bomb maker. Navia
It was
acts
too-
like
Never
Navia
mind.
acts like she's just picketing,
I'm a front.
but actually you're the brains behind the operation.
I don't know about that.
Well, I'm too busy being high on meth and the fumes associated with cooking meth to be the brains.
But you're making something. And then lastly, Under, for some reason, captures people and sells them for their blood. Under.
Yeah,
Yep.
Fish and Under work in the same department of the eco-terrorism group.
Are they selling
We-
meth and
the
blood to
budget.
the vampires? I mean, what?
Yes!
What else would I be selling blood to?
So do you know these are vampires that you're going to find?
Well, yes. Unless I'm selling human blood that is a consumption grade to, I don't know, somebody with a very specific fetish, then yes, I'd assume they're vampires.
All right, so you know about it, the rest are not sure. Right, cool then. So, now I need to ask questions about the whole game world. So, the first question is, what's the name of your city and what's weird about it? Now, I'm not sure this one completely fits. I think it makes more sense of which forest are you going to? Which rainforest are you heading to?
Oh, I thought what was going to be weird about our town was that there were no trees, and that's why we're eco-terrorists.
Okay, cool. So, maybe you live on near the edge of the jungle in the city.
In that case, would we be
Yeah,
in maybe
uh-huh.
Malaysia?
Okay, so give me a name.
Malaysia. What?
You're fighting Malaysian vampires.
Why
Well,
are
no,
we
the
in
vampires are
Malaysia?
on another planet. Keep up, Slowcoach.
Jungle.
The vampires aren't on another planet. They're on our planet.
Oh, yeah, but they're from another planet.
So why are we in Malaysia? You haven't answered this question.
Because the jungle?
There's no jungle anywhere else?
Hey, you asked me to pick a jungle. I picked a jungle.
Ugh.
If you have a preferred jungle, just say it.
Nope. No preferred jungle?
Okay then.
No preferred jungle. So, are you on the city at the edge of a jungle then, guys, in Malaysia?
Yes.
What's this city going to be called then?
Probably be cool.
It's going to be Kuala Lumpur, is it?
It probably will be, yeah, let's be honest. Unless anybody knows any other Malaysian cities.
Nope. I don't know anything in Malaysia.
And what's strange about it is all the trees have gone.
Maybe what's strange about it is all the trees are there, but they seem strangely not like trees.
Also, it's got the highest vampire population in the world.
You don't know
Oh,
they're
I like that.
vampires.
I do. The rest of you don't. The rest of you have no idea, but I know about the vampires.
I
So
probably
then-
know about the
Oh.
vampires, I just don't care because I'm high on meth.
So then the rest of us think that it's only know that it has the
These weird
highest.
trees.
It's the place where an abnormally large amount of logging CEOs go on business trips.
And a very high number of people go missing.
And maybe the trees are odd because the trees are actually the shadows.
Yes.
So that's why all of these trees seem very strange. They're actually shadows.
And it also explains why a lot of nanotech comes out of the region.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're taking the trees and replacing them with like alien creatures.
Cool. I've got the feeling the shadows can sort of look like whatever they want to.
That
Okay.
also makes sense.
So,
And have no reflection.
as a group then, what do you want and what happens if you don't get it?
Meth, I go on a murderous rampage.
This is as a group, right?
Yeah, as a group.
As a
Generally, what this group's intention is.
Well, I want to avoid the Las Vegas PD.
You're in Kuala Lumpur.
I was saying, when will we
that
get to Las
qualifies.
Vegas?
Maybe the group's goal is to move to a better jungle.
I am no longer welcome in Las Vegas. It's best you don't ask why.
While my personal goals may be somewhat at odds with the rest of the group, I'd imagine our goal would be to figure out why on earth everything's so super weird here and put a stop to it.
Because you think all of these logging people. So, group's goal.
So
I don't know. I think it might be something where, like, just stop the logging companies, and we all seem to have different ways of doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that seems
I think-
like a fair one.
Yeah, because otherwise we're some messed up hikers that decided, yeah, we're going to go investigate this mystery.
How every good
Those
Lovecraftian
meddling
horror starts.
kids.
Goddamn meddling kids. What's going to happen if you don't stop the logging companies?
Gonna get
What?
mad.
Are you going to get terroristy?
We're going to have to hit them hard, hit them fast with a major, and I mean major, leaflet campaign.
Damn you, Greenpeace!
Also, can that be a secondary goal? Fuck Greenpeace?
It can be your goal as character.
Yay. Cook meth, fuck Greenpeace.
Maybe that's why you're not welcome in Las Vegas. You killed a Greenpeace person. Okay, so back to the point. What happens if you
I
don't?
put 6 pints of A positive on 23 red.
So what happens if you don't do it? What are you going to do if you're not
The
able to stop
vampires
these
win.
laws? Oh, right. So if you're not able to stop them, the vampires win.
Yeah.
But what is winning?
Yeah.
Take
We're
over
taking
the
over the world, remember?
Well, I guess the end goal for the vampires is taking over the world, but more locally, once they complete whatever they have going on here in Malaysia, they'll move somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I'd lose out on my entire consumer base. So I guess it's in my interest to try and prolong their operations here as long as possible.
Even if it is by betraying them and killing them.
I wouldn't say betraying them and killing them. More sort of passive resistance, espionage, blowing stuff up.
Maintaining the balance.
I don't kill people. That's a loss of a potential customer.
Or
Right.
potential products. Depends who you're killing.
Okay,
True.
cool. So, your group goal then generally is to stop the logging companies. And if you're not able to do it, the vampires are going to have control of Kuala Lumpur sort of unstopped and they're going to move elsewhere.
Oh man, control of that major city hub.
Up next, some obscure city in Oregon.
Right.
Right.
Even if we do stop them, aren't they gonna move anyway? So,
Not if they're dead.
but he doesn't want to kill them.
I propose we kill them with meth overdose.
Doesn't mean you don't want to kill them.
Doesn't mean
Now we
I
have a
care
mole.
if we kill them or not.
Anywho, who's in charge of the law around these parts?
The police. Is there another
Happen
answer?
to be as corrupt as humanly possible because they've basically been turned into vampires mostly.
No, the lumber companies make a lot of money, and then they lobby, and then
Yeah.
like, get the law on their
Don't
side.
make this harder than it has to be. They're
Base
just
it on
bought
real
out.
life.
So is it corrupt cops that are trying to stop you from doing your eco-terrorism?
Yeah, the CEOs have bought them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems good to me. I mean, they can literally print money. They've got all the paper.
Yeah.
Money's not made from paper; it's made from cloth.
Shush.
But
That's
Well,
Matt's
it's
job.
It's a mixture.
excuse me, I thought you were GMing.
Actually,
I am.
random aside, the new £5 notes that are coming out soon are entirely plastic.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what that is.
What,
Who-
plastic?
Obviously,
Who's the one person you can trust?
is this an individual or group question?
Group. Who
Parks
can you
and Rec.
trust?
Amy Poehler?
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, Amy Poehler. She
What?
wants to stop the.
What? You went
Lumber.
for Chris Pratt rather than Amy Poehler in Parks and Rec? Come on.
I haven't actually watched it. I just know he's in it.
We've got our own insider in the government.
Oh.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
you-
government insider. That's good, Navia. That's good.
What's his name? Or hers?
Amy Poehler.
Amy.
Amy Pratt and Chris Poehler.
No.
I don't know. It'd be more funny if our insider was called a Mr. Trump.
No!
He's going to be
No.
on the
Amy
wall.
Trump. Definitely Amy Trump.
Daughter of.
Daughter of Chris Trump.
Mr. Christopher Trump. Okay,
Oh my god.
so you have a government insider who's I'm not putting down as Amy Poehler.
Aww.
Why?
And lastly, who are you looking to screw over?
Everyone.
Well, I think we've answered
You.
that one already. It's pretty much everyone.
Everyone.
We're looking to screw someone over.
Greenpeace.
I guess the lumber companies. Fuck
Yeah.
those guys.
Yeah, it probably is going to be the lumber companies that you are trying to screw over as you are eco-terrorists.
Yeah,
Right.
that was an easy answer.
Well done. Okay, that's how we are building the world around that. Last bit to do is I've shown you the character sheet.
Have you?
Yeah, I've linked it in Discord.
Uh-huh.
You should maybe put the character sheet up on your stream and stuff.
Yeah, it is. I was just messing around.
Because I was going to. Your video portion of the stream has been very static for the last. I've lost
They
track
just
of time.
get to listen to MD's voice.
They get to listen. I will link the character sheets.
No wonder
in
we
the
have
chat,
no
please.
views. Be
Right.
careful with that one.
So, what you've ended up doing is then we have got a power, which is how you recharge. So this is how you heal generally, and it always recharges at the end of the screen. At the bottom of your character sheet it says powers recovery. Your recovery one is called Desperate Measures.
So is that where we snort a load of meth and just like.
No, so I'm going to read it out to you. So what Desperate Measures does, when you make a recover action, which is one of the actions you can do in game, instead of normal stamina recovery, heal 15 and either make an immediate escape move or make the area you're currently occupying dangerous 2 until the end of battle.
So throw meth making chemicals on the ground and run.
Yeah. Well, no, either run or make this area full of meth chemicals. One or the other.
That sounds like it might be bad for my health as well.
Well, one would assume you've got something to protect you from it, a gas mask or something.
Yellow hazmat suit.
So has everyone got that written down?
Check.
So this is under powers, yeah?
Yeah.
So we get...
It's the recovery power.
So it's plus 15 HP.
Yeah. And either make an immediate escape move, or make the area you are currently occupying dangerous to until the end of battle. And each of you only gets one of those.
Size 12, no. Size 10. There we go.
Okay, have we all got that then?
So we actually have to pick one now.
No. You get to pick each time.
Alright, so, yeah, cool.
Okay, right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, and then we will do roles afterwards, so we'll do character creation. So that is our world now, and we are going to take a 5-minute break. Be